Tyndall is for a coastal base and actually at pretty good above sea level. One of those details that only the planners tend to worry about until a hurricane rolls through. Tyndall has quite a bit of land that's above 20 feet, some actually 30 feet above sea level, which is remarkable for being, less than a quarter mile from the water in most locations. Tyndall's a very large base and has a lot of low-lying land, but it isn't used for where we're building on.
So I've asked others that have come TDY here to rebuild Tyndall, especially you've been here now multiple times. So do you feel like a founding mother?
So I don't know about a founding mother, but
the future is in your hands. What
yeah,
you've been doing.
it's been a really exciting process. Of course, it's very collaborative. I've told several folks you talk about the planning charrettes. For my colleagues around the Air Force, my colleagues in the civilian sector, and I've said, well, we've had 60, 70, 80 people show up to these planning meetings, and they're showing up, not just showing up and participating, but they're well prepared. They've thought about what their facility requirements are. They've thought about how they function in the building, what they need, what the minimums are. It has been a phenomenal support from the folks that are here at Tyndall to make this happen. We've had a fairly large team that I've had working with me in terms of other planners. We've had quite a few planners. We've got a contracted team on board. But there's so many people that have such a focus in getting Tyndall back that it's been a very easy process in most cases. There are some unique challenges. We are planning for 2 major weapon systems that didn't exist before the hurricane, which is, I think that gets into some idiosyncrasies that a lot of planners that are out there listening to this podcast will understand. But we don't have customers here on base for those mission sets yet. They will be here, and we'll have facilities for them. But it's a lot of thinking about, well, what if we do this, and how is this going to impact that? And there are flying missions besides the F-35 and the MQ-9 that are resident here at Tyndall that have come back and are already resuming operations, largely out of tents and trailers. But they have resumed flying operations for the Weapons Evaluation Group or the Air Control Squadron training. So there are other missions here that are flying and operational, and we will continue to support them as well as we rebuild the base. So
what is the best part of your experience been? It was total devastation to
seeing the progress.
The progress.
And I know. So I've told several folks, you come as you. I flew in. I didn't drive. So as I drove from the airport. The devastation gets more and more and more till you get to Tyndall and then Mexico Beach a little further south, that we're totally devastated. But as it's the first time I came was in November, and we're now in April, so 5 months on, you can see the progress. Street lights are on, stores are open, debris is getting cleaned up.
The base is looking really good.
It is really looking good. Spring has sprung. Trees are getting leaves back on them. It is looking better. It's still a long way to go when you think about the amount of construction that needs to be done. We're pressing forward as if we had a budget. We're at this point in time, I know this will get listened to in the future. We don't have a budget yet. We don't have funding, but if we wait till we have funding to plan it, we'll be way behind the power curve.
So you're way ahead of the game.
Well, I don't know if we're way ahead of the game because it's a big game.
Well, I want to thank, again, I'm with Amy Vandeveer. She's the Air Force Installation Planning Subject Matter Expert for the Air Force Civil Engineers Center. Thank you for joining Inside AFIMSC. And I'm Veronica Kemeny from AFIMSC PA. Please join us on Facebook to see what the rest of AFIMSC is up to. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.